welcome back. It's now time to introduce and welcome to the commentary team one of Australia's greatest ever Iron women, Jordan Mercer, with the all-important surf and weather report. Jordan, it's great to have you with us.
What a day we have down here. At the moment, 30-degree air temp, and in the water, 26. It is going to be some seriously hot racing for the women today. And as that day goes on, the only thing that's going to cool them down is this northeasterly wind. The wind's coming, and I think it's going to pick up throughout the day to about 20 knots. Surf-wise, at the moment, we've got about 1 to 2 foot. And as this day progresses, the tide's going to go out, and I think we might see some action on the back bank. I can't wait to see it. Tune in, everyone. It's going to be great.
Thanks, Jordan. Conditions are fantastic for racing and a stacked field. Josh, take us through the start list.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic field. Number 1, the defending champion, Lana Rogers there. A couple of girls right hot on her heels last summer, and I'm sure we'll see more of the same. A couple of names down the bottom only just got their start in the last couple of weeks. Of course, Tian Raymond is out, and Jade Hardstaff gets her first full-time start in the IronWoman series. The girl from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. So it could be good to see what she can do after only a few days' notice to get the call up into the big leagues here. A couple of young guns as well on the line. So we're in for a red-hot day of racing, Tully. It's going to be very, very tight.
The excitement's building, and we're just minutes away from a start in the women's down here. And Jordan Mercer has managed to get a quick word with last year's overall champion, Lana Rogers.
Lana, it has been a long off-season, a year to see you race. How have you handled that time away?
Yeah, look, COVID was pretty difficult. I think it was a bit of a freak out for everybody, but I managed to keep calm and carry on, and we're here now. We're ready to kick off, and the nerves are shaking me inside, but yeah, we're ready to go.
You're looking good in yellow. Tell us, is there some added pressure wearing this jersey?
Oh, God, no. I believe God has a plan for me, and I'm trusting the process, trusting the journey, and either way, if I come out with a win or loss, you're going to see me anyway. But, yeah, I'm trusting the process, and whatever happens, I'm going to learn a lesson from it.
We're excited to see the action. This format, the Endurosurf, last season, you took out convincingly. Race plan for today?
I think it's going to be interesting. It's very flat, so I think there'll be some tough racing, and I think the toughest and the fittest are going to come out on top. Let's just see how it goes.
Enjoy yourself out there. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jordan. And what a season Lana had last year with 3 wins, including this round, and wrapping the championship up before the final race. Can she go back-to-back? We'll find out right after this. Stunning Kingscliff Beach, Josh Minogue, stunning blues, brilliant colours across the beach, and plenty there across the athletes as well.
Race number 1 of the IronWoman series. You'll see they're all in different colours. Of course, yellow, the Cozzie's worn by last year's champion. The girls in green, there were the automatic qualifiers from last year. They finished inside the top 10. The girls in pink got through the trial, and the ones in orange, they're the ones to watch out for. They're the wild cards. They got a late call up to the series. We are on set, ready to go. Swim, board, ski is the order. Endurosurf is the format. It's been over 12 months, tall man, and we are getting set to go for another summer of surf sports action. The girls are on the line. They're off and away, and it's very flat here at Kingscliff, and the girls are already heading up to the left side of your screen. The water seems to wash down the point just a little bit from left to right in your screen. They'll head out towards the first red can, come back in M shape for each leg, and they'll do all of that twice. And then we've added just something a little bit tougher in there for this one, Adam. They've got a big ramp they're going to have to run up through the transition. The sand's been pushed up by the tide, and it's been very, very tough. And already out in front, that looks like Tiani Massey, who's gone to the lead in orange there. A very good swimmer, one of the young guns in the series, only 19 years of age, and this isn't her best leg. She's a ski and board paddler, so if she can start like this, she's in for a massive day.
And conditions absolutely stunning, Josh. As you said, look at that brilliant blue here at Kingscliff, and the colours as they head out. Great for those of you watching at home. You can really identify in the leaders of the pack, the qualifiers, qualifiers and all the wild cards as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's Massey in one. It looks like Georgia Miller, closest to us in green, starting to work up into second. Courtney Hancock's there as well. And in the centre, that's Lana Rogers, your defending series champion. So Georgia Miller and Lana Rogers went head-to-head all last summer, and it looks like it started this summer no differently at all. They are giving it some at the moment. Taylor Halliday working her way into it on the outside as well. She's the youngest in the series, only got half a series last year. She was a late injury call-in, and she absolutely shone. And I think when she gets a full season under her belt this year, she will be one to watch.
And one of the big variables here today, Josh, with the lack of racing we've had, the journey of this last 12 months, we know they're all in amazing shape as they head around that can, look at the washing machine. How are they going to adapt back to real racing?
Yeah, that's it. Tiani Massey, the first one to go round the can in orange, and she's put a gap on Courtney Hancock there with a full length. And Tiani's probably done more racing than the rest of the field. She had to go through the trial, did a little bit of racing at a local level. The rest of these girls have been saving it up, and it's really showing here today. She has got out in front. She's working very, very hard, and the wild cards are showing the more favoured athletes how it's done. Not a lot on offer on the way home at the moment, and the girls are very banked up. You can see they're trying to hold that wash there, and it's still Courtney Hancock right on the heels of Tiani Massey as she starts to fade just ever so slightly. We're into the first 5 minutes of racing here. We've got another 35 minutes to go as Massey puts that little push on for a wave there, and I don't know if you're going to get any help from Mother Nature today. There's no waves in the swim leg, that's for sure.
She's put that escalator on the beach as well, that one X factor we can't control, Mother Nature. It's turned on a brilliant day if you're watching or you're on the sand, but tricky, tough conditions here for the athletes.
Yeah, and the Massey name, it's famous in surf sports. Her uncle Ash, he raced in the Ironman series as well. They're one of the most famous families from the Maroochydore Club up there. She's a very, very talented competitor, and you can see already the girls at the back, some of them are starting to drift off. Somebody's gone very, very wide on the top side. Maybe that's Maddie Dunn there, who's looking for a wave on the far left-hand side. She's gone a long, long way across. Or is that Brielle Cooper? I don't know. We'll have to wait till they hit the beach, but Massey's there. Massey's in the lead, and she's going to get a push here. Hancock goes down that wave as well, so it's, well, the youngest and the oldest in the field. Tiani Massey leads around, Courtney Hancock in second, Lana Rogers, Georgia Miller in third. All the big guns are there. Taylor Halliday, Emily Doyle, she'll go round as well. Naomi Scott, watch for her. Carla Papak, Maddie Dunn, Harriet Brown works her way through. Electra Outram in orange there. Brielle Cooper, it was her who went a long, long way on the outside. Jade Hardstaff, the last girl called into the series. She's not a strong swimmer. Wait for the board and ski. They're her big legs, but she is trailing at the moment and got plenty of work to do in her first full-time start in the IronWoman series.
And the Endurosurf format, Josh, as we mentioned in the pre-show, this is a grueling race. Tiani Massey there, our leader. This is going to be really interesting. The experience versus the wild cards. The young guns versus some really seasoned campaigners here. You can't win the race right now, but how much fuel are you spending? These are tough conditions as well for a swim straight off the beach.
And I think if you're a rookie, this is what you've got to do. You've got to blow the cobwebs out, blow the nerves away, get into the race and say to yourself, I belong in this. And if you can lead Lana Rogers, Courtney Hancock in an opening swim leg, you know you're doing something right, and she's doing just that at the moment. The three biggest names in women's surf sports are chasing one of the young guns, and I think a future superstar in surf sports in Tiani Massey here. See that? She's got that long stroke as a little wave starts to come through, and we're going to get more and more surf as the day goes on, and that'll make it interesting, especially for the men's race coming up a little bit later on. And as those waves push through, we'll have more people start to come from the back, but early on it's going to be swim all the way to the beach, and maybe Massey's just burn a few matches a little bit too early. The bigger names start to go up alongside her, and Courtney Hancock, I think, will be the first one around this can. Lana Rogers in the middle, she ducks under it, and Massey comes across, and this is crash, bash and smash around the second turning can here as our three leaders go into that 180-degree turn and they head for home. Looks like Taylor Halliday and Emily Doyle, another couple of young guns. They're not even 20 years of age yet. So in the top six, we've got three girls under 20. Courtney Hancock is on the wrong side of 30. She's had 15 years in this IronWoman series. Those other girls haven't even had 15 races. That's the gap in experience we've got here on the front end of race one.
And how important is it now for these young guns? They're in a great spot, the experience coming through, what they would have taken from their coaches off the beach. If these three young guns can come out of the water in that lead pack, how much confidence will they take
take through to the next legs.
Oh, they'll build and build and build. They'll feel like they belong, and there's nothing worse than going into a race early in your career and being right out the back and thinking, oh, I can't do this. Now they're going to ride off that confidence. They're going to ride off that energy as Courtney Hancock goes past Tiani Massey, and so does Taylor Halliday. Lana Rogers is now in third, so we've had a bit of a shake-up in this second half as we get into the wave zone, and this is where things are really going to shake up. Torley, they've moved down to the southern end, and you can see a lot of the girls, probably the weakest swimmers at the top right-hand corner of your screen. They're chasing for waves. They're in trouble. They need something to get them through, and a lot of those girls are doing their best to try and get something out there because the waves are breaking from right to left on your screen.
That little bit of assistance from Huey, if they can jag on and come back to the pack, as it is hard work in the middle there. You can see it looking down. They're really burning right now. Courtney Hancock there leading this one back to the beach, Josh.
Yeah, Courtney Hancock done it all. She's won 3 Australian surf race titles, so she knows she's a great swimmer. A little push here, and if Hancock can get this, she'll go away and open up a little gap. She doesn't, but she's the first one up. So swim done, board and ski to go. Courtney Hancock in 1, Lana Rogers in 2, Taylor Halliday in 3. So this is how we will start. They'll head up that ramp, very tough through transition, and behind Halliday is Tiani Massey. So the 3 girls from the Sunshine Coast chasing the girl from the Gold Coast in Courtney Hancock. There's Georgia Miller in green as she goes round chasing her, and Hancock's on and away into the board. They'll do it all again, and this is just the beginning as the girls charge around. Gemma Smith's there, Carla Papak, and then there's a big gap back to the back of the field.
As they head out once again, conditions, testing, trying, coming through. Danielle McKenzie there, the DMAC towards the back there, Josh, but she'll come through an endurance beast of an athlete.
Yeah, she was really struggling there, as does Electra Outram. She's struggling to go around. So is Jade Hardstaff in last. So at the moment, there's probably 30 seconds between first and last, and Hannah Scully and Jade Hardstaff are over 30 seconds behind Courtney Hancock as they go through. Interesting, in the top half of the field, there's more girls in pink than there is in green. The guys who've come through the trial, maybe done a little bit more racing before this opening round, they've been able to sort of blow the cobwebs out. They don't have as much ring rust, and they're looking a little bit better. But still, Courtney Hancock and Lana Rogers, our leaders in 1 and 2.
So Lana Rogers, of course, in the yellow, our reigning champion. She was so impressive, so emphatic last summer. Let's be honest, she blew everyone away, got it done in style. But Courtney Hancock there, of course, so much experience and almost getting better and better. She's got a new lease on life, training so well. She looks in incredible shape.
Yeah, very, very impressive. She made a shift in clubs to Surfers Paradise before last summer, and it's really starting to pay off for her here. Lana Rogers made a shift in clubs to Alexandra Headland, but kept her coach. So a little change is as good as a holiday for some of these girls, and you can see Lana working up the inside. But the big mover on the far right-hand side on the yellow board, that's Lizzie Welborn. She finished 3rd in the series last year. She is one of the best board paddlers, not just in this field, but of all time. She is unbelievable. She's starting to go to work, and you can see already she's gone from, well, she was in 11th heading into the board leg, and she's almost up into 4th place at the moment. So she is making moves in her best leg. The 180 turn's going to make it tough there. They get the nose stuck underneath someone, they won't be able to get around, and that'll let our leaders get away. And it's still Rogers and Hancock, Miller and Halliday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Emma Woods in the centre there. This is her first race at the top level as well. Danielle McKenzie down the bottom. She just goes round. Olivia Corrin, the girls from Northcliffe, they're doing it tough at the back of the field, and they've got plenty of work to do if they want to get back into this one.
Yeah, 2 packs forming here, Josh. Really important for the back of the field. You need to be closing that gap there. Not a lot of support from the waves as you come back to the beach. That shore break, as we said, with the low tide. Courtney Hancock, our leader there on screen. Little move on the inside as well. Rogers saying, I'm just going to keep you where I want you to be right now.
She's picked up a great runner, gone straight past Courtney Hancock, and that's how it works in the ocean. You might get a little runner to the left, a little runner to the right, but it's all about how far you can push those runners to the beach. And Lana Rogers, she's just going to keep building on this. There's a little wave out the back. I don't think anyone else is going to get it. It'll definitely push a few through. Emma Woods on the blue and orange. She's pushed through from about 6th place. So Emma Woods, the young gun, only 18 years of age, she is up into 3rd at the moment. On the front, Rogers gets one as well. So they're coming from all over the place. But Lana Rogers has picked a nice little wave up there, and she is going to go to work. Georgia Miller pushes down it. Harriet Brown as well has picked one up. So these girls are on fire. Rogers leads at the halfway mark of the first round of IronWoman racing. Emma Woods in 2nd, Harriet Brown in 3rd, Courtney Hancock in 4th, Georgia Miller in 5, and this is where you want to be at the top end. Lizzie Welborn, she'll be next through in 6th place as they head in and away. Gemma Smith is there as well. And this race, it's just starting to stretch open a little bit. And if you give Lana Rogers an inch, she will take a mile.
And you can see some of those big names you just said certainly made a move there. Mackenzie coming around as well with Lana stepping up. Harriet Brown, she was really towards the back of that swim, made a big move, has put herself right back into position there to follow that one up. Sensational conditions down here, as you can see. We're with the board, we're with the Nutri-Grain Iron Women. We'll be back right after this. This is our race leader, Lana Rogers, here at the Nutri-Grain Iron Woman round number 1. We're in the second leg, we're on the board. Josh Minogan, Lana Rogers has made a serious move.
Oh, what a gap she's opened up. It was maybe 1.5 metres, 2 metres heading into that board leg. It is now turned into 50 metres there. The defending champion, she won the opening 3 rounds last summer and she wants to do the same again. She'll go up and through transition and that gap will really start to open up. It's going to be huge for these girls to try and bring her back from here. Lizzie Welborn, Emma Woods, so the junior Australian board champion there and one of the best of all time. Lizzie Welborn in the green, Woods in the pink. They'll chase her, and at the moment that gap is going to be very, very big. We'll wait till they go through transition there and see just how big the gap is behind her. Maddie Spencer's made a massive move, so the girls in the pink, it's 17 seconds from first to second. Courtney Hancock, Tiani Massey, Harriet Brown, Georgia Miller, Maddie Dunn there, Gemma Smith as they start to work their way through, and it's going to be very, very difficult for these girls to bring them back as they head on to one of the strongest legs for Lana Rogers, the ski.
And joining us with her toes in the sand, Jordan Mercer. Jordan, as they're coming up that hill on the sand, you are right down there by the water. How hard is that run up the beach through transition right now?
They have just done all they possibly can to work those runners in the swell on the way back, and then to jump off their boards and run up a pretty convincing hill here. You're seeing why these are the fittest athletes that hit the ocean. Out on the ski now, things are looking pretty good. Lana with a convincing lead, and you see in these enduro formats that those that are composed, consistent with their skills, and obviously have the backing of their endurance, rise to the top. And it's happening pretty early in the racing today.
Thanks, Jordan. Joshy, how lucky are we? Jordan Mercer down there right by the water. And Lana Rogers, what a statement she's making right now.
Yeah, one former series champion talking about another. And she did this 12 months ago in the opening round. She just opened up a little gap, worked the runners on the way home. The gap got bigger and bigger and bigger. And before the rest of the field knew it, Lana Rogers was gone and there was no catching her. So it was very interesting in that board leg. The big movers were obviously Lizzie Welborn. She jumped 9 places. The big losers in that one, Taylor Halliday. She dropped 12 spots from 3rd to 15th in just that board leg. And these athletes, they have their strengths, they have their weaknesses, and sometimes Mother Nature plays a role. If you can get a runner at the right time, you can really make an impact. The field's spread at the moment as well. There's over a minute from first to last here. And when you're in this high quality of field, if you're a minute behind, you're not even halfway through, I don't think there's any chance you can catch back up. In and around Lizzie Welborn in second place. Emma Woods, the 18-year-old, in third as she punches her way around the can. Gemma Smith, the big mover there, the pink ski, green togs. She's trying to represent Australia in kayaking in the 2024 Olympics. So you know this is going to be her strongest leg with Danny McKenzie. She is a top-level ocean ski paddler as well. And as the girls go round, it looks like Danny McKenzie's making another big move. That's her with the Sonic ski there in the green, working very hard. But out in front, Lana Rogers looks like she's doing it easy. Technique, high hands. She quick look around here. She'll pick this next runner up and that'll take her all the way to the beach. Lizzie Welborn looks like she might get one out the back as well. So this might be interesting. If both the girls can pick one up, then they'll push away from the rest of the field. But it looks like only Rogers will get it and the rest of the girls are left wondering what they have to do to get some help.
And interesting, the technique, Josh, as we mentioned, conditions. The right of your screen as you're watching from home, there's a little bit more wave over that side, but you've got to go well out of your way to get it. So it's a bit of risk versus reward. You can see working back through the middle here on the left of your screen, it's hard work through there. Runners few and far between.
Yeah, Emma Woods didn't get one there. Lizzie Welborn went to the right. So did Lana Rogers. They picked it up. This is one of the toughest things in Iron Woman racing. They've got to pick the ski up. It weighs 18 kilos. They've got to drag it up and around. Not only is it heavy, but it's awkward banquet. We will go out on the ski for the last time, and then we get to do it all again. Leg 3 of 6 here. So we go swimboard ski. Lizzie Welborn around in second place, and I think this is the year for Lizzie Welborn to stand up. I think if she's ever going to win a series, it'll be this year. Emma Woods around, the girl from Alexandra Headland. She is around in third. Gemma Smith on the left. Harriet Brown in the centre with the yellow. Courtney Hancock, that distinctive bleach blonde hair as she goes around, and the girls make a move on Smith, and it's about getting tight on those turning flags, really trying to get around. Georgia Miller hanging in there as well, and it's going to be tough from here. Danny McKenzie making a big move. That's her pink and red on the bottom there. She has done a great job. Tiani Massey's still there. So is Hannah Scully. They're working. Maddie Dunn as well. They're working their way out. Emily Doyle from the Newport Club in Sydney. One of the young guns, very inexperienced compared to the rest of the field, with a bright future ahead of her. She's a great swimmer. She won 5 medals at the World Championships, and she is looking to make the jump into the professional Ironwoman series.
We've got plenty of action to come from the stunning Kingscliff Beach. Our leader taking it out, Lana Rogers. Can anyone catch her? We'll find out soon. It's our leader, Lana Rogers, on a winner's wave right now. But Joshy, the big news, Lizzie Welborn is on the chase. She's caught up 10 seconds in this leg. She's got the afterburners on to catch Lana.
Oh, it's a race in 2 at the moment. She's not only catching Lana, but she's breaking away from the rest of the field as well. And you can see her there on the yellow ski trying to push down this wave. She knows she's got to get it. Lana Rogers is on the sand and striding out at the moment. She'll go up the ramp and try and extend the lead. And we got the timing chips on them. So as they go under the big arch there, the Nutri-Grain Ironwoman Series arch, we will get all the splits for these girls. But Rogers, she looks fit and she looks very relaxed. The heart rate doesn't look up. She looks comfortable at the moment. I think this is where she's going to make her move. She's a great swimmer, former swimmer who tried to go to the Olympics there. Lizzie Welborn swim not as good. If Lana Rogers is going to break the back of this field, it's going to happen right here, right now.
She's got that look in her eye. We've seen it over the last couple of summers. You saw her glance over her shoulder there. She's making a move. She's going to make a statement, not just for this race, for the whole summer.
Yeah,
this is huge.
This is it. You start well, your series will go well. Harriet Brown goes up and around. So does Courtney Hancock there. Gemma Smith comes up. She made a massive move in that ski leg there. It was unbelievable. Emma Woods is hanging on. Georgia Miller there as well. And you can see the change starting to happen. Early in the race, it was the girls in the red togs, the pink togs, sorry. They were fired up. They were ready to go. It was their first race. It's now the experienced girls. It's the ones who've done it before. They've qualified before. They've come to the fore. Danny McKenzie goes up and around. So does Hannah Scully. Naomi Scott's there as well. Maddie Dunn, Taylor Halliday. She's looking for a big move at the moment. Gemma Smith made up 4 places, but Emma Woods dropped down 3, and that's the way the race has been so far. With their strengths, they're going up, and with their weaknesses, they're dropping down, and there's almost a minute across the top 10.
As they have a look there, Josh, on the left-hand side of your screen, Lana Rogers there, plus 19 back to Lizzie Welborn. You've got about 33 through to Harriet Brown, Courtney Hancock at 34, Gemma Smith at 35. You can see the times there. That's the gap, that's the lead, and that's how they're closing through this race, Josh. Lana Rogers in incredible form right now. However, as we've said, these experienced campaigners, look at those names. You've got Welborn, Brown, Hancock, Miller, all on the chase. As much as Rogers is looking good, this race is a long way from being over.
Halfway mark now. They've been going for 22 minutes. We've got another 22 minutes, and, well, Lana Rogers turns for home. A daughter of an Olympic swimmer. It's in her blood. It's probably her best leg, but in the last couple of years, she's brought her board and ski up to the same level, and that's why she was so dominant last year. You can't just be a one-trick pony. You get found out at this level of racing. And these girls, even when they're weak at something, they're still incredibly good, but you get found out against the best in the business. And Lana Rogers has no chinks in her armour at all. Lizzie Welborn goes around, and I think she's lost ground on Lana, and I think 3rd and 4th are starting to catch her. Hancock's in 3rd. Harriet Brown's there as well. Georgia Miller's made her move on the way through, and Emma Woods is just hanging on to the back of the pack at the moment. If she can come out of this race with a top 6, top 8, that'll be a fantastic start for one of the toughest competitors and one of the girls in the pink swimwear.
And as we've said, we're so excited to be back on the sand, so excited to have racing again, but this is round 1. Obviously, it's a 6-round summer. We've got so much in store for you, not just this weekend. We're back in 2 weeks, so you can really set your summer up today, as we've said, for some of these wildcards and these qualifiers. A big result today sets up your whole whole summer.
And the important part about this weekend is they're going to be back tomorrow racing, and then they'll be back again on Sunday. If you spend all your cookies today and you've got nothing left, you don't recover, your series could go down the gurgler after the first 2 days. It's about doing the job but making sure you've done enough to set yourself up for the rest of the series. And it looks like Lana Rogers has opened it up. This little wave here, she'll push down that. Easy body surfing for Lana Rogers, and little waves like that just make your life a whole lot easier. She'll stand up, she'll look around, see the gap, get a message from her handler. Charlene Kelly's her coach there. She'll say to her, you've opened the gap a little bit, put your head down, go to work, and she's just going to go hammer and tong to that can. She knows if she can get to that final ski leg in front, I don't think any of the girls touch her.
And we touched on it at the start of the race, how these athletes were going to prepare. We all know they're in great shape, but how that adjusts back to racing. Lana Rogers there, looking incredible. She looks really fit. You know, the breath there could hardly blow out a candle. We know that she's going to be hurting. This is the Endurosurf format, but now we're really going to find out, you know, how these athletes go through this Endurosurf and it's a grueling format, and we've got 2 days still to go. Bringing it back up the beach here.
Lizzie Welborn, she'll head up and around, and important, she looked around. She knew that Courtney Hancock, Harriet Brown, Georgia Miller, Emma Woods, they're coming for her, and that gap's closing. And I think Lizzie will be hoping that they pick her up. She can sort of duck in, just hold on. Hancock, Brown go around. Emma Woods, a great swim for her. Gemma Smith, don't count her out with ski leg last. And Georgia Miller, the girls will go, and they are on the hunt at the moment. They're chasing our leader, just like last summer. These same group of girls were chasing Lana Rogers for the entire summer. We come back in 2021 and they're doing it all again. Tiani Massey goes through, great from her. Naomi Scott, Taylor Halliday's making big moves there. Perfect performance from her. Emily Doyle, Maddie Dunn, Danielle McKenzie, Electra Outram, the girl from Noosa, the wild card in orange. She goes in as well. So they're sitting just outside the top 10. And of course, these girls, they want to finish inside the top 10. They want those points. They're all added up, and every round counts for the overall title this year. They're chasing big money, $200,000 worth of prize money. So they know every race counts and every place counts.
So Lana Rogers, our leader there, centre screen, looking sensational. But Josh, the tactics, you can see that chase back. They're all out after Lana now. You've got Miller, you've got Hancock, you've got Brown. There'll be some tactics happening in there. They won't panic. They'll know that she's got a big lead here, but they'll know they've got the board and the skis still to come. It's about maintaining that lead and working a bit together. You think that group, they'll know what they're doing. There's a lot of experience sitting there for this big run home.
Georgia Miller and Harriet Brown trained together at the Northcliffe Club under former champion Naomi Flood. They'll definitely work together. They used to train with Courtney Hancock, so she knows, they all know the drill. If they work together, try and get Lizzie, try and get a wave, get back into this. There's no good fighting when you're in third, fourth and fifth. You are just doing your best to work together, catch the leader, and then we'll worry about winning the race after that. It's easy if you're Lana Rogers. You know you've got to do it all on your own, and there's a few waves starting to come through. None of them will help them on the swim, but later in the board and the ski, I think we'll see a few get a run, maybe from the cans, that'll have a big impact on the overall placings in this race. And Lizzie Welborn, her swim is not as strong as the rest of these girls, and that gap that was 17 seconds when she headed in will now be more than 17, and she might even be back in third, fourth or fifth by the end of this opening swim, the second swim leg.
Timing's just coming in, Josh. The lead has gone from 19 seconds out to 40 seconds. Rogers is absolutely putting the pedal to the metal right now. They're going to have to put some risk and reward into this. We can see with that dropping tide, there is a few more waves starting to come in.
Oh, here's one for Rogers. Here's one for Rogers, just at the bottom there. As she goes out a shot, I think she's going to try and push down it. No. If that wave had come through, the gap would have been close to a minute, but now she's forced to swim 5 or 6 extra strokes, a couple of duck dives. It's not that easy in this water. Their legs will be burning at the moment. And the problem with this IronWoman racing, or the great part about this IronWoman racing, is the blood goes to your legs through transition, then it's up in your arms in the swim, back down to your legs through transition, and your body never gets a rest. She goes up the travelator, it just gets a little bit harder. Every time it'll get tougher, and imagine that in a sprint finish. It's going to make for some very interesting racing later in the day. So Lana Rogers goes around and continues the fine vein of form that she has been in. To call it a purple patch wouldn't be good enough, because it has been unbelievable. Her worst result in the last 12 months has been a third place. She's had 4 wins, a third place and a second along the way. It has been unbelievable as our chase packs start to push down, and well, Lizzie Welborn's been joined by Courtney Hancock, who is having a renaissance in her form here. A few people started to think maybe, well, the ride was coming to an end for Courtney Hancock, but no way. She is in second, and the queen of surf sports continues to fight for titles year on year on year. And it's Courtney Hancock through in second place, Lizzie Welborn in third, Harriet Brown in fourth, Emma Woods doing it for the girls in pink. 43 seconds is the gap from first to second, third and fourth at the moment. So 43 seconds. She opened up 15 seconds there, Lana Rogers. She's going away from the field.
But look at those names, all within 2 seconds of each other. Hancock, Welborn, Brown, and Woods, of course, the pink, the qualifiers as well, and the orange are the wild cards. If you're watching at home, the time's up there on the screen. Courtney Hancock at 43 seconds, along with Lizzie, Harriet Brown right there at 45, and Emma Woods at 47. That's your time. Back to Lana Rogers.
After that, it jumps out to 55 seconds for Gemma Smith, Tiani Massey and Georgia Miller. They're at a minute. Emily Doyle, Taylor Halliday, they are well over a minute, and we're past the halfway mark here. If you're going to get going, now is the time. You can't leave it any later than now. And have a look at Lizzie Welborn on the yellow board. She knows this is her time to make a move. She's gone to the front, and I can't believe the rest of the girls haven't jumped on her tail. Courtney Hancock's coming across now. If anyone can make back 43 seconds in a board leg, and I know it sounds crazy, it's Lizzie Welborn. She is on fire at the moment, and have a look at it. She's already broken the rest of the field, got herself back into second place, but Lana Rogers, she's turned for home already. She's looking for a runner, and if she can get a wave here, this could be all over Red Rover Tour, man. It is hanging on by a knife, or sitting on a knife's edge at the moment, hanging on by a thread. Whatever you want to say, it's crazy.
Rogers is pushing it through, Josh. She was so excited to be back after such a journey of a year. This is the Nutri-Grain. Iron women out there doing what they do best. Lana Rogers proving unstoppable here today. What a statement to get things started there. The top 10, they're chasing Welborn. Head down. She's really putting that engine to work, trying to pick up some runners, but can they catch Rogers? The big question. I don't know if they can.
Emma Woods on the orange and blue as Lana Rogers hits the sand there. She'll go up and around the final board leg of this M-shaped Endurosurf. So she will head back in. She'll see her rivals on the way in, eye them off, and Emma Woods is going to work ahead of Harriet Brown. They're all chasing Lizzie Welborn at this point. Someone's got to run on the right. Courtney Hancock's pushing down one. Tiani Massey behind her. Gemma Smith and Georgia Miller, they'll pick one up as well. So this is going to turn the chase for second place on its head. We can see Rogers going out to sea on the right, and all the chase pack coming in. You want to be on the right-hand side. Georgia Miller, Gemma Smith, Tiani Massey falls off the back. Emma Woods has got it on the left as well. So this is really going to shake things up. And if you can get a runner like that, you can go from 6th, 7th and 8th place like Georgia Miller back into the hunt.
And it also gives you that little rest. You can get a little bit more oxygen back into the lungs, let the ocean do the work just for that little bit, get the energy back, because they've got a lot of chasing to do. The big four on the wave, a little sideways.
Massey's goes sideways. Massey's there. As they start to get tired, skills will be important. Harriet Brown around in 5th, 6th is Hancock, 7th is Georgia Miller, 8th is Tiani Massey, and they're all chasing, well, Gemma Smith. She was the big winner out of that one. She's now in 4th place, and 3rd's Woods, 2nd's Welborn, and 1st still Lana Rogers.
Kingscliff Beach in northern New South Wales. Absolutely stunning, Josh. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds time. Don't go anywhere. Unstoppable performance right now from Lana Rogers, Josh. The big question, can they catch her, or is it shut the gate by how far?
Final leg. We're down to the final leg, and she has a massive gap. 2nd place is just coming through the arch at the moment. 3rd and 4th haven't hit the beach, and Lana Rogers, she is putting on an IronWoman clinic here today at Kingscliff Beach. 33 seconds is the gap between 1st and 2nd. It's wavered from 17, gone out to 45, but at the moment, 33. I think it's almost enough. If she can turn the can, get a wave in that opening leg, that will be enough. So it's Rogers in 1, Welborn in 2, Emma Woods, the 18-year-old in 3. That's Gemma Smith heading through there now. And Tiani Massey, Harriet Brown, big movers there on the board. So very, very impressive. Jordan Mercer's down on the beach. Geordie, Lana Rogers is putting on an absolute clinic here. Do you think any of the girls can catch her from here?
Well, we'll cross back down to Jordan very shortly, but the timings, Josh, as we can see, the top left there, the leaderboard, Lana Rogers, Lizzie Welborn is now out to 33 seconds. They've sort of maintained that gap. Lizzie's hanging there around that 30 seconds. Woods, Smith and Massey there at 44, 57, and in 5th place there, Massey. That's out to a minute, so we're looking at Welborn, Woods and Smith. Can they make any inroads?
I think this is hit where it's won and run at the moment. I think if Lana Rogers can get a wave here, you can count the rest out for the win, and then it'll be the race for 2nd place. Lizzie Welborn and Gemma Smith. I think Gemma Smith will be the big mover in this final ski leg. Expect her to go up to, and it may be past Emma Woods, just that kayaking experience in her background, but I think almost shut the gate. As long as Lana Rogers doesn't make any huge mistakes here, she'll come back to the beach. Tiani Massey, Harriet Brown, Courtney Hancock, Georgia Miller, Danielle McKenzie, Maddie Spencer creeps into the top 10 for the first time. Then it's Halliday, Scott, Dunn, Scully, Outram, Doyle, Papak, Corrin. Former IronWoman Series champion in 2016, Brielle Cooper, is in 19th place, and Jade Hardstaff, the rookie, is in 20th with plenty of work to do, well over 2.5 minutes down on our leader. So that is your top 20 as they go, and already that gap's closing up between Gemma Smith and Emma Woods for 3rd place. But look how relaxed she is out in front, so calm, just rests the arm there, gets a little run to the shore, knows she's got to be right in every little movement here as she goes up and through transition. She'll push up and around, she's yelling at the handler, get out of the way, tells everybody to move out, I'm coming through. Lana Rogers wants back-to-back titles, and we haven't seen back-to-back winners since Courtney Hancock won back-to-back series 7 years ago, so it's very, very hard to do, and I think Lana Rogers is setting herself on the path to do it again here in 2021. Lizzie Welborn gets a nice run. She looks comfortable as well. Lizzie Welborn will be a force to be reckoned with this summer, regardless of the result today, but can she beat Lana Rogers at all? I don't think it'll happen. I don't think anyone can touch Lana Rogers. She's had a perfect performance so far.
Well, as we saw off the back of last summer, 3 wins, including this round, and she wrapped up the championship before the final race, and that's why she's got that yellow colour worn proudly across the chest there as she leads this one out. But again, strong results. Welborn coming through here.
Emma Woods there
this can
hitting
set
the
up your
sand.
summer as well. Woods, what a great result there, coming through in the pink. This will set her up for not just this weekend, but the other 5 rounds out of 6 to come.
2 summers ago, Emma Woods got called into the IronWoman Series as an injury replacement. She had 1 race. It was her only experience. She's wanted to get back year after year, and she's finally got a full-time start in the IronWoman Series, and she is proving she belongs, as is this wildcard, Tiani Massey from the Maroochydore Club on the Sunshine Coast, struggling to get that ski. These girls are so tired at this point, but she'll get back in. A fantastic kayaker, represented Australia in junior kayaking, so she's sitting in 5th place at the moment. Some very talented girls, including our leader out in front, Lana Rogers. She looks like she's doing it as comfortably as I have ever seen anybody lead a race like this. She's a class above in the best class in the world.
Absolutely unstoppable so far, Lana Rogers. And Josh, as we've said throughout the broadcast here, look at these colours across the wave as well. We've got pink, we've got the qualifiers, we've got the orange, the wild cards, we've got the green athletes there, the qualifiers from last year, from the top placings in the series, and of course the leader in the yellow, Lana Rogers.
Yeah, you can't miss her, that is for sure. They push through. That's Naomi Scott there, Taylor Halliday as well. Hannah Scully throws it up under the arms. I love it there. And Maddie Dunn in the centre, one of the most experienced campaigners. Lana Rogers has got a wave. Shut the gate, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Unbelievable performance. You might as well have shown last year's race because it was a complete carbon copy. She got out in front. She worked hard. She's already saluted the
Little
crowd.
fist bump to the sky.
Thank you very much. Lana Rogers, the girl formerly of Noosa, now at Alexandra Headland. That's her coach and handler, Charlene Kelly, down there. They do it all together. She does most of her training on her own, and she knows she is the best IronWoman in the world right now. She'll come up the travelator for the final time, salute the crowd. A hug there for boyfriend Reece Burrows, and doesn't he love it as well? Lana Rogers will win round 1 of the Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series. Endurosurf has been owned by the Queen, Lana Rogers. What a performance.
As she lifts it at the finish line, Josh, unstoppable. She came in wearing the yellow jersey and she has absolutely blitzed this field to take first place. But now it's all about 2, 3, 4 and the rest of the field.
Lizzie Welborn, very happy with that one. High five to coach there as she goes up and around. She'll collect 19 points for second place, set her series up so far for a really, really strong showing, and it'll be very impressive to see these two fight it out for not only the next 2 days but the next 5 rounds. Lizzie Welborn, she is in fine form. Emma Woods looking to get a podium there. The sprint finish in 3rd place in the pink togs. She's shown up the rest of the girls. Woods comes around, crosses the line in 3rd from Alexandra Headland. They will party there tonight. Gemma Smith finishes in 4th. A strong start from her as well. Very impressive from all these girls. The race is on. Tiani Massey in the orange. Harriet Brown, 5th place here, so 15 points are up for grabs. She goes up and under. Tiani Massey gets it done. Harriet Brown, just not enough. She's got those long legs, but geez, Tiani Massey was impressive. Courtney Hancock as well, so that'll be 7th place for Hancock as she comes up and around. Not the start she was looking for, but after leading early, she did a very good job, and it was a massive, massive gap for Lana Rogers, almost 30 seconds. Georgia Miller, another former champion as well. Very impressive, but they're all looking at Lana Rogers going, what do I have to do to beat this girl? She is something special.
Yeah, sensational by the reigning champion, but a lot of confidence will be taken. Welborn, although she wasn't as good as Rogers today, still looked very, very good. And we're going to come back and wrap everything here. We've got plenty still to come, but it's Lana Rogers. We'll be back right after this. To the season. Summer is back, and so is our winner, Lana Rogers, and she's at the finish line with Jordan Mercer.
Lana Rogers, tell us, what goes into making an Endurosurf look effortless?
Yeah, my coaches have a pretty planned out schedule, so I'm kind of just rolling with that. And I was training specifically for 3-day weekend. I knew it was going to be hard and knock out all the rounds weekend before maybe COVID hit. So yeah, I'm really thankful for the circle I have and that the people that surround. I just stuck myself up on live television. That's all right. I surround myself with a good group of people, so I'm really thankful for them.
And it's just so important. I mean, what we see out there, it's an individual sport, but behind the scenes, there is so much that goes into it. What does it mean to you to put a performance like that together? It's been a long time since racing, and you've just come out and done that.
Yeah, look, I did take a risk with that. I did my own race, and I said to myself, if it doesn't work out, at least I tried. And yeah, I'm trusting my coaches and my people that I surround myself with, so I'm really thankful for that.
Well, the body language says it all. You're looking fit, ready to go. Round 1. I can't wait to see more. Congrats, Lana.
Awesome, Jordan Mercer down there with our winner, Lana Rogers. Josh, as we have a look here, the series, the points and how they came out of the water.
I guess no surprises in 1 and 2, some of the biggest names in the sport. But in 3, Emma Woods has made a statement, a star of the future there, getting it done. Further down the page, a great performance from Massey. And then it gets interesting. Brown, Hancock, Miller, they were hoping to be on the top step of the podium. They've got a big summer ahead of them if they're going to bring back our winner. And then over the page, Scully, Scott, Halliday was up there early. It just faded ever so slightly. Brielle Cooper in 17th. She'll want more after the move to Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Papak, Corrin and Hardstaff. The girls have done their thing and the boys are coming up soon.
That's a wrap for the women. It's now time to turn our focus to the men's race. We'll be back with the Nutri-Grain Ironman final right after this.